Hey there guys, welcome back to United Brothers. So this is going to be my PSP 2015 game collection update. So for the first game I have here in my collection is actually one of the first ones I ever got on PSP. This is Ace Combat X, which Skies of Deception. This was actually a really good game for the PSP. This game right here is probably one of the best Ace Combats ever made. I really love this game. This game came out in 2006. Definitely one you need to pick up. It's just an absolute all-out must-have for the PSP. It's amazing. This game that's coming up here, and the next one I got here. So the next game I have here is Ace Combat Joint Assault. This game came out pretty much the last year the PSP really had anything released for it. This is the sequel to Ace Combat X. This game is actually really good. The only thing I would have to complain a little bit about it is a lot of the missions in it seem like they were just kind of like redesigns of the first one. But this game was really good. The multiplayer was amazing. You could either play with a couple friends, like up to 8 friends, just through that Wi-Fi thing that the PSP did with each other, where you're just sitting kind of close to each other, have some fun. Or you could actually play on the internet. It was a really good game. Definitely a must-have, and there's all kinds of cool features you can do with it. There's a soundtrack. There's all kinds of replay values and all kinds of stuff. You guys need to definitely get this one. Next one I have here. These were actually, they're kind of underrated, but these are actually some really good Sonic games. This is actually Sonic Rivals, the very first one. This came out in 2006 as well. This game was really fun. It was pretty much like, as one character, you go against another one and try to race to the end. You guys use power-ups to attack each other. Had all kinds of like battle modes and stuff like that, and like you go against all kinds of bosses, and you collect like these cards, like virtual cards in the game. That was really fun to collect all those. And yeah, so this is definitely a game you need to get. I'm not able to locate the second one at the moment, but I'll be definitely getting that probably before the next year for the next video for you. The game I have here is actually probably another really underrated game. It's actually a really good first-person shooter for the PSP, which not many were. This is actually Coded Arms. This game right here came out in 2005. Really good game. It was kind of cool as it was all like virtual reality, so you're inside a computer and you had to fight like all kinds of viruses and stuff. This game was made by Konami, so they usually make really good stuff. Definitely a game you must have. Very fun game. You can get it for like, I got this one actually for $3 the other day at the local game store, so if you can pick it up, definitely grab it. Next game I have here is actually a pretty rare one. If you guys aren't familiar, R-Types used to be a really good like you know, space shooter kind of thing. So this is actually R-Type Command. And so what was kind of interesting about this one is you'd actually, as you guys can see here in this photo, you actually would command certain ships in these spots, and you'd actually have to fight things, which was actually a lot different compared to what these games were. These are usually really fast space shooters, and you'd shoot them up a lot. But they're a really good game if you can find it. It's really rare though. Pick it up if you can. So the next game I have for you guys here, this is another Need for Speed game that I have here. This is Need for Speed Underground Rivals. This game is actually probably one of the best ones for the PSP. As you guys can see, you look at the PSP's graphics when it comes to Need for Speed. It's a little laughable today, but it was pretty breathtaking for the time to have like a game like this portably. Definitely a good game to pick up if you can find it. I got this one for about $13 not too long ago. Definitely pick it up if you can find it. Good game to have in your collection. Next one I got here was actually a launch game for the PSP, and it was a really good one. You can play it today anytime you want. This is actually Wipeout Pure. This game right here is literally probably one of my favorite Wipeout games. So this game was absolutely breathtaking. Looked really good. It was really fun. It was absolutely groundbreaking for the time. It's definitely a must-have for the PSP. Definitely need to pick that one up if you can find it. It's really cheap. They made so many of them. It used to come with the console, so you can find it anywhere. So next one I have here is actually the sequel to that one. It's not as easy to find, but this is actually Wipeout Pulse. This one graphically was even better. It added some cool features, like you could take photos and do some editing, so you could have some really cool screenshots on your PSP. It added an amazing soundtrack. You could play with all your friends. You could play online with people. Just amazing game. Need to pick these up if you can still find them. Next one I have here is, it's just a pretty typical one. This is actually a pinball game, and it's kind of funny is, a lot of people actually don't like playing pinball on a virtual thing because it's not as fun, but it's still a really fun experience if you guys are into that kind of stuff. So if you like this kind of stuff, pick this up for a couple bucks. I got mine for $10 a couple years ago at the local game stores. I'm pretty sure it's cheaper now. The next two games I have here for you guys are actually ones that you saw from my PS2 video. This is actually the Sega Genesis collection on the PSP. This is actually what I actually played this game on. It was so cool to actually have all my favorite Genesis games from when I was a little kid on the go with me wherever I went. I mean, it was great to play Sonic the Hedgehog and Sonic the Hedgehog 2 on the PSP. All kinds of games like Ultra Beast and stuff. Definitely pick this one up if you can find it. An amazing game. Next one I have here, you guys saw from my PS2 collection, was Heat Seeker for the PSP. I would have to say between the PSP and the PS2 version, the PS2 version is actually better, because in the PS2 version there's actually a lot of people talking in it. There's some like combat scream, like some screams from people during combat, talking between each other, between the pilots. Whereas this one, it only brought up subtitles and to make kind of a little noise like from the radio. That's all it would do. So it's not as intense and as fun. But gameplay though, it's still pretty good. But the PS2 version is definitely better. But yeah, so definitely pick that one up if you can find it. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. This was my PSP collection, and we will see you guys next time. Actually, kind of the reboot of it. This was actually a really, really good game. This came out on the PS3, PS Vita, and then the Xbox. This game was really, really good. I actually enjoyed this a lot. It was really fun. Definitely awesome. The next game I have here is actually the sequel to that. It was actually Rayman Legends. This was actually the last game I bought for the Vita. Bought this game about 2 years ago when it first came out. This game was an amazing sequel. It actually was even better, and you could actually play with some people, and it had a lot of touchscreen features. And the Vita was great for touchscreen. It's got a touchpad on the back. Really good console. Yeah, that was another really great game for the PS Vita. I couldn't complain about this one at all. Next game I have here, this is actually one of my favorite kind of goofy racing series. I actually really like the Sonic Racing series. This one's Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed. This game was